Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel here for the post-match reaction of Udinese 1 Inter 2 plus 3 points. Plus 3 points. The hope is alive. The hope remains alive. The Scudetto hope are still alive, guys. We are Inter. We are not giving up until the end. I know there's negativity in the fan base. There's some positivity in the fan base, but this is just how we've been talking for weeks. This is going to go down to, I think, literally the last match. I think it might go down to literally the last kick of a football of the league. There could be a new Aguero moment, or some new different type of moment being created. But I really do think it's going to go right until the wire. And yeah, Inter 2, Udinese 1. We did the job. We just did the job. The 3 points that the doctor ordered after the Bologna nightmare, absolute nightmare we had last week. Of course, we don't need to talk about it or even mention Radu. All the stuff that happened last week, man. It was a kick in the balls, in the guts, in the kidneys, every type of kick. So this is exactly what we need. And this is actually Udinese was the match that I was fearing the most out of all of these matches, because at the Dacia Arena away at Udinese, we've always struggled a little bit. And this Udinese team recently have picked up some really interesting form. They smacked Fiorentina 4-0. So I was worried about this more than the actual Bologna game. So I'm happy. I'm very happy that these 3 points have been gained. However, Fiorentina didn't do the job for us on the other side. I didn't manage to watch the Milan-Fiorentina match. And I didn't manage to watch the... I didn't manage to watch the Fiorentina game, Milan game. But I saw Leao score, unfortunately, in the 80th minute something. That it looks like they're getting that luck, that champions luck at the moment, that little things are going their way. It's not just luck, that's just they're creating that luck. But it seems like the little things are going their way. But still only 2 points, guys. Still only 2 points, and anything could happen. Anything could happen until now and the end of the season. Is the gap is right there, which means that we're in striking distance. We're within striking distance, which is the most important thing. That if they do slip up, we are there. We are there to pick up the pieces. And fair play to them, by the way, as well. I've been making fun of them for not having even the first, second, or third best defense in the league. But look at that, they're catching up with us once again today. Another clean sheet by Milan, and we conceded another goal. They are catching up to us. They're only one more goal that they've conceded compared to us, so they are getting the respectable numbers now that a championship winning team does need to have as well. But yeah, let me see who is in the house with the comments here. Marcello in the house, Cuore Nerazzurro, Mattia Milan grinding many 1-0 victories that brought them Scudetto, much like we did last year. Exactly, you just see them just grinding. They're not playing particularly great football, but they're just getting the job done. They just seem like that mentality that you wouldn't expect from such a young team, but they seem like they have it, which is why I've been giving Pioli so much credit. And I don't know why people keep trying to discredit the guy, because this guy discredit the guy, because what he's done with our young ass Milan team is unbelievable to me, literally. Yeah, now let's see. There was one bad news out of this whole thing. Let's see how serious this Barella injury is, because Barella is like a machine. Usually, he doesn't really get injuries. So hoping that it's nothing serious. I mean, he was able to walk off the pitch, so I'm guessing it wasn't too bad. But obviously, we have to wait for the diagnosis to see what happens. And Bastoni as well at the moment is missing, but Inzaghi says he's looking to get him back for the Coppa Italia game against Juventus. So hopefully those two are back, and hopefully Barella, hopefully is really not serious, because we need every man right now. We need every single man right now over there. Way harder than it needed to be, exactly, Ahmad, but we stay alive. That's the thing. Once again, it's similar to kind of the Bologna match, where this one we went 2-0 up, and Bologna won 1-0 up. But it just seems like at the moment some sort of negativity starts to set in this team. Some doubt starts spreading in, or maybe just I don't know what it is. They just kind of lose the compass, and they start losing control of the match. And it is worrying, some of these things that we're seeing. Correa's juggling was spectacular, but his pass he killed like the one that Vidal was offside for. Like he should have just waited a couple of seconds just to get in front of the goalkeeper, run into the box and then pass it to him rather than pass it to him straight away, because you could see that he was offside by a mile. So that was poor by Correa there, and then maybe Vidal should have come back into onside position much quicker. LC official is not losing his hope. That's good. That's what I want to see. Nicolas says good win tonight. Exactly. Ahmad again, Viola Milan's easiest opponent. I didn't see the match, so I'm going to trust you on that. Although the stats didn't look too bad. It looks like Fiorentina gave him a good game. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they as we said, they're going to lose some points. They are going to lose some points. I mean, if they don't, then they deserve the Scudetto 100 million%. But they are going to lose points. But the problem is we need them to lose either, lose points twice if it's 2 draws, or lose. And losing, I don't really see them losing, honestly. That's the problem. I can see them drawing, but then the draw is not good enough for us. 1 draw in the last 3 games is not good enough for us. We need them to lose a game. And with all this euphoric energy and positivity that they've got going for them, the enthusiasm, the crowd, the luck, the everything that's going towards them, I just don't see them losing. But the most important thing, as I said, is that we're there. If that slip up does happen, if Pioli really turns on his boldness and really chokes, then we are there to catch to sweep up. Keston has no faith. I'm not giving up yet, Keston. I still have hope. We're Inter, as I've posted the other day. Man City, Man United. I know it's a completely different case, Premier League, whatever. But things happen. That was Sir Alex Ferguson's Man United, not a bottler. You're not going to call Sir Alex Ferguson bottler, but they managed to bottle a 5-point lead on Man City. Yes, they did have a direct match against each other within those last 4 games. But, we're talking about 2-point gap between us, and there was 5. So these things can happen. And Mourinho's Inter, they needed to catch up on Roma in the last 4 match days. We were 1 point behind that Roma team. So these things can happen, and obviously right now it's in Milan's hands, but I'm not giving up until the end. And yeah, man, this guy Ivan, he is front runner for sure now for player of the season. I was debating with him between him, Brozovic, Skriniar. I think those are 3 guys that just clear this season of player of the season for us. But Perisic in this end of the season now keeps churning out more and more really, really good performances. So for me, he is now the front runner for 100%. Barella might be gone for the rest of the season. Future Hendricks, I hope you are wrong. I'm going to wait for Inzaghi's interview, which probably he's not going to give much insight as well, because he's probably going to say let's wait for the diagnosis as well. So we'll have a look. What's up, Tari, in the house as well? Let me get into the match analysis in a minute. I don't know if it was a disgusting game, Smiley, but yeah, I think we played okay. But I don't want to say it wasn't disgusting, but the last 20 minutes was very shaky. It just seems like that certainty has kind of left this team. Dzeko was awful today. Oh my God, Dzeko, that chance that he missed as well, especially that chance he missed today. I don't know why, what he's done now to be deserving to start. The first 4 or 5 months at Inter, Dzeko, definitely he was a deserving starter, one of our best performers. But since December, January, this guy is dusted. He's been just you can just see Inzaghi's run him into the ground, and he just doesn't have that energy, that juice anymore. And I don't really see why Inzaghi keeps on starting this guy. He said Eduardo's tired of the positivity. We are in Champions, let's win Coppa and all good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still, we still got other targets to go, but we can't give up on that. We can't just because that would imagine if today we just drew and lost, that would have been awful. We needed to win today. We need to keep winning, and keep hoping and keep just being there, because if we just give up now, and I see the fans today in Udinese today, shouts out to the Brothers of the World podcast. Ian, who was a member of their podcast, was out there today supporting the boys, and the support is still going strong for our boys. So let's keep that faith, guys. It is what it is. That mistake from the Fiorentina keeper broke my heart. Yeah, I watched the replay. Terracciano, yeah, not good, not good. Gifted it straight, and then he made the mistake, but then he like got beaten at the near post as well by Leao, which was like a double mistake from their keeper, which was definitely not what we needed. Alex in the house, thank you very much for the donation. What are you saying, bro? When Milan drop points, which team you think could give them a run for their money? All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look if I show you the remaining games. So they've got Fiorentina out of the way. We've got Udinese out of the way. Both teams winning. Now they have Verona, Atalanta, Sassuolo. In theory, it should be Atalanta. In theory, the hardest team should be Atalanta. But Atalanta, in general, against Milan have been flopping last season or so, last year or so. Remember last season, they had the last game of the season. Milan needed to secure the top 4 spot and secure the second position in the league. And they beat Atalanta away to do that. So actually, the way Atalanta have been playing this season as well, I'm just not expecting much. I think the next game, I think this Hellas Verona team is a team that's been catching some teams out this season. We've seen they beat Juventus. They gave us a hard game first time round. They do the high pressing style as well. Although Milan do thrive against the high press. We're the ones that struggle against the high press. In Milan usually, because they have more pace, more trickery, more 1v1 ability, they do thrive a little bit more against these high pressing teams like Verona. But out of the 3 teams, actually the next game is the one I have more hope for, because I don't know what Sassuolo, by the last game they have literally nothing to play for. I don't know how much I'm gonna rely on Sassuolo, to be honest, although that is away at Sassuolo, so that could be interesting. They gave Juventus a really good match as well, but honestly I have more faith in Verona and Sassuolo right now, more than anyone else, honestly speaking. But yeah, let me get into the match analysis. 100% Future, he's been carrying us for the last 2 months, and today he completed 250 appearances for Inter. Great milestone for Ivan Perisic, man. Ivan Il Terribile, Ivan the Terrible, the guy who is an absolute machine on the left-hand side. And today he was always supposed to be substituted at the end. Like you could see, when the players put their socks down, that they're tired or there's some issue going on. Maybe their muscles have hardened a little bit. But he couldn't, because Barella got injured and he had to just soldier on until the end. So this guy just continues. And today he gave us two nice nutmegs. One was it on Wallace, and then the other one on Molina. And Molina as well. There's a player that a lot of Inter fans are interested in as a potential Dumfries replacement. Some people even think he's a Dumfries upgrade, but today Perisic cooked him. Molina failed the test today. Like, I was looking at Molina and he didn't impress me today, Molina, although he's had a very, very good season. So I'm not gonna just judge him from this one game, but he did look a bit shaky defensively, in possession, and also going forward as well. He wasn't particularly that impressive. But as someone commented on my Twitter after I said Molina's failing the test, he said someone said Perisic is like a Harvard test, so you can't blame him. It's hard to pass the Perisic test these days. And yeah, speaking of Perisic, the best way to mark his 250th appearance, great corner by Di Marco. Again, we criticized Di Marco for the Bologna game, but again, I think apart from the goal, which was complete physical mismatch, again, I didn't think he had a particularly bad game against Bologna. And today I think he had a good game, Di Marco, and again, mostly going forward, because that's what he's good at. And he didn't particularly cause any trouble defensively either. But yeah, some nice deliveries, especially in the first half, some nice whippage on his corners, especially the out-swinging ones, which is the one that we scored here with Perisic near post. We've seen him, I think it's his second or third time this season we've scored off a exact situation like that. He scored against Napoli like that, I remember. But I feel like maybe there's another one as well there where he scored like that. But yeah, deserved goal. We definitely were the better team in the first half. And then Lautaro, man, this guy, he he just had a massive voice crack in the post-match interview. I don't know, this guy with penalties, I don't understand, like, why does he always pretty much go in the same direction? Like, our boy from the Brothers of the War podcast, Dave, tweeted about this. He said, I can see from my couch where Lautaro is going to shoot. So how is like a professional Serie A goalkeeper not going to know? And it's the truth. Like, you just know which way Lautaro was going. You just knew that Lautaro was going in the bottom left-hand corner. Like, that's what he does 95% of the time. Goes for power, and it never really goes too angled. And, Silvestri just about saved it off the post. And then Lautaro got lucky. We have to admit, he got lucky, because if Silvestri didn't touch it, then he wouldn't have been able to follow it up, actually, because the rules are, that's why that goal, they took a little bit of time to give that goal, because if Silvestri didn't touch it and it came straight off the post, it would have meant that Lautaro can't hit it straight back in, and would have had to be cancelled, that goal. So he got lucky on there. But good to see at least Lautaro. I think that's 18 goals he's got in the league now this season. So, missed the penalty, but at least he followed up. So he got saved there. He got a bit lucky there, but that's the luck you need sometimes as well. And yeah, credit to him for following up at least. But I was scared when I thought they were going to call it off. I was like, what is going on? Ahmad, I'm glad that you brought it up. Skriniar today was a little bit shaky. I thought De Vrij was good mostly, but they had some shaky moments too. I think you could say today was probably the best of the back three. If we win Coppa and not the Scudetto, I would still say it's a good season. There's 2 trophies, Supercoppa and the Coppa Italia. That's a good season, but it's just the fact that the way that we're losing this, I think it becomes hard to count it as a good season. But when you look at it on paper, you probably do say, Julian, that it's a good season. But I know a lot of people will disagree with you, and I haven't quite made my mind up on it. It depends. It really depends how we finish this Scudetto. Like, if we really do take it to the last kick and we give it our best, then I'll be happy, at least, because that's what I wanted at the beginning of the season. I said, Joe Simeone usually scores in big games, so Verona's only hope. Yeah, that's true. Simeone's got a good record this season against the bigger teams. That is true. Lord Figo is believing until the end. Of course, it's his Scudetto. Heartbreaker is coming near the end for Milan fans. We shall see. Yep, great support today in Udine today. I think Correa Toro should start the remaining games. Dzeko is really looking like he's at the end of his time. Honestly, it has to be either Sanchez or Correa. Like right now, he doesn't look in great shape. Dzeko, completely out of form. Good question that we can get into. How do you guys think Gagliardini played today? Let me know in the comments, and I'll pull up some of your thoughts on that. I think I've mentioned this in the past. You see some potential there with Di Marco as a centre mid, but again, it's like, what is the need to really? Do you really need to? Maybe in this, actually, you might need to in the summer with all the centre mids leaving. But again, centre mid is a position where you need to think quick. It's not like, because he's good now, because when you bring the ball out from the back, you have a lot of space. You're usually not pressed as much. In midfield, as soon as you got the ball and you have to pick up the ball, you change, because when you're playing from the back, you're facing that way. In midfield, a lot of the times you're against your own goal. You're facing your defense. It's a completely different way of playing, and you have to be much quicker. Your decision making has to be much quicker. You have to take that pressure from behind on the half turn. You have to there's a completely different type of playing. But technically, Di Marco, as you say, he's like having a midfielder at the back, because that's how good he is on the ball. He's a very technical player. But making a transition into centre midfield, Sharif, I'm not sure. But there is potential there just on a technical basis. But there's a lot of other parts of a game when you play in midfield. Did he do it? Has he gone to Turkey, fix his ball? I don't know, bro. I think he just colors his hair bleach blonde, and he kind of just covers like that, just kind of tricks us. I'm not sure if he's had the treatment because I think we would see him if he does it, it'll probably be over a summer. He wouldn't do it like between the season, because that if he does that type of treatment, you have to have that, like, you can see, like, he needs a few weeks for that to heal afterwards. Moving on, yeah. So the first half, was definitely the first team. This is the XG from the first half, actually. We had 1.79 XG. More dangerous, more shots on goal. But in the second half, we did make life difficult for ourselves, which is, I don't know why we do that so much these days. It's it looked like we were back to playing, our limone ball, and playing a little bit more relaxed type of playing. But again, these last couple of matches, there's doubt once again creeping into these players. And yes, Indra, very good. Shout out to Handanovic, came back. He's not 100%. He didn't even take part of full training yesterday. He only took part in, this is part of the training. Stepped in, and he shows that, just that certainty, just that little bit of security that he adds from the back. Obviously, I mean, yeah, even like Radu, to be fair, like he didn't actually do too bad up until obviously that stupid ass mistake he made. But having Handanovic there, you can just see why Handanovic is a starter keeper. So shouts out to him. And he has a couple of saves that he needed to make, and on the goal as well. I don't really want to blame him, like, 'cause I think he did make a good save, and in the end he did parry it away. But Udoji was good at following up from the Deulofeu free kick, which was, had that little knuckleball effect, which are really hard for keepers to really control or read properly. So there's not much I think Handanovic could have done on their goal. So shouts out to Handanovic. Why the hell the teams play like we've killed the whole family? Yeah, exactly. Especially like after the goal, UDINESE were like pressing like mad. We shall see how the other teams play against us in Milan. I need to see the highlights of the Fiorentina Milan game, see how they played for them. Yeah, we talk about this so much, Joseph. It's like Lautaro and easy goals is like, I don't understand why he makes easy goals. He makes them look really hard, but like volleys, it seems like he can get them right. Apart from when Bologna, when he smashed that volley way over the bar. Gallia was decent today, Zizo. Yeah, I agree. Mattia with his troll man of the match comment. Gagliardini was pretty mediocre as usual. Yeah, like he did some good stuff and then bad stuff. Like he was kind of like, you'll have a good touch and then ruin it. He'll have a good tackle and then ruin it. But he did his job. And that's what I keep saying to you guys. Like, so a lot of times we keep talking about this depth. We don't have depth, that these guys are not good enough. They're good enough for Serie A. They're good enough to be. Gagliardini is good enough to step on the pitch and play against Udinese, Empoli, these types of teams. Yes, they're not good enough when we go into Champions League and we need to play, Dortmund, Liverpool, these types of teams. But playing against tall guy Arslan, and, Tucu Pereira, this is good enough to do the job and get the 3 points like we did today. I remember when people thought we would finish, I still believe pray for first, but second is not bad. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that the whole way through. Like, people keep forgetting that, what the expectations were. Even Zanetti says expect a bad or like a difficult season. Inzaghi clearly stated, the club asked him for a top 4 finish and, getting to later stages of Coppa Italia, getting past the round of 16. But at the same time, the way that the season is finishing at the moment, and it feels like we kind of bottled it. That's the overriding feeling that we're gonna remember for. And yeah, that's what I tweeted about Raspadori, him being an Interista. I tweeted that he could be, some people call him the Italian Aguero. Maybe he's going to be the Italian Aguero, having that Aguero moment on the last match day against them. That would settle like into legendary status for him straight away for Raspa. Could be. Or Johnny Scamacca. Gallia wasn't bad, never great. Yeah, exactly. Gagliardini, apart from some awful positioning, I think he's decent performance. I agree. Yeah, I think overall they did well. Let me see what Sofa Score gave the boys and what the stats looked like. I think we definitely had more possession. Yeah, we had 52% possession. Total shots 12, 5 on target. So yeah, we outshot them in all ways. We got more block shots, more corner kicks. big chances 5, but we missed 3 big chances. Yeah, this is today. You know, we could have closed this game out much quicker. We had the Dzeko chance, which I don't know what he did. The Correa chance where, you know, his stupid pass to Vidal. And there was a few counter-attacking chances where, you know, there was one where Perisic should have passed, you know, I think it was Dzeko and Barella were in the middle, and he just wasted, like he just lost the moment and he ruined the attack, the counter-attack. There was a Barella one on the counter-attack that he ruined as well. There was a lot of counter-attacking moments today that we actually ruined today. I think that's where sometimes you miss Dumfries on those counter-attacks. You just know with Darmian on those counter-attacks, you never see him come into the picture. Whereas with Dumfries, he's the guy who's like highest on the pitch, thanks to his like athleticism. But with Darmian, he struggles to kind of catch up with the play. But you know, solid performance from Matty Dams, of course, as usual. Matty Dams, the ever reliable Matteo Darmian. Yeah, look at that. We had 12 shots inside the box. Yeah, not too bad. We won 48 duels compared to their 39, which is good to see. Let's see what the ratings were like. Deulofeu, you know, he played, you know, he's admitted that he wants Milan to win the Scudetto. He was a former Milan player. You could see that he was trying to play, you know, for Milan. Like he was trying to get the win for the Milan fans and his former teammates. And he almost did. That free kick gave us some issues. No one particularly that impressive, as I said. Udogie actually was decent. Yeah, Udogie was decent. I think he had a good battle with Darmian, and he ended up getting the assist for the goal. As I said, Molina was disappointing. Not much else to talk about. Well, let's look at Inter. Look at Lautaro. Even with the goal, he's got a 6.2. Jeez. I think it's probably because the penalty miss. Yeah, because obviously the algorithm must have punished him for the penalty miss. Hit the wood. Well, yeah, that was from the penalty. But again, yeah, Lautaro wasn't great. Like only 28 touches. Again, he wasted a few counter-attacking opportunities as well. The goal obviously solves a lot of issues and problems, because in the end, his goal technically is the one that's given us the win today. So I'm not gonna crap on him for that. But his overall game wasn't great. But I don't think he should be rated less than Dzeko, who got a 6.6. Yeah, Dzeko today, as usual, like some good touches here and there, but in general, not that good. Ruined some counter-attack opportunities as well. Missed a massive opportunity, 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And I think, Inzaghi waited too long to make the substitution there. And again, I don't like it when we finish the match with the Alexis and Correa. I've said this in the past. It either has to be Correa or Alexis. You can't bring them both on, because then you end up playing with two false nines pretty much. But yeah, Inzaghi keeps doing it. Yeah, Di Marco got rewarded for his performance. He's got the highest rating in the team. Man of the match for SofaScore. For me, obviously, is Ivan Perisic, my man of the match. But Di Marco, man of the match for SofaScore, covered that left side really well. Pretty much, played as a left wing back, as you can see with the heat map. Overlapped, underlapped Perisic many times, won all his duels. 65 touches, 84% pass completion, 3 key passes. He's had some good deliveries today, as I said. 1 big chance created, 1 shot on target as well. He had that deflected shot that he probably could have done better with as well. But yeah, good performance from Di Marco. Perisic, my man of the match, 100%. Was killing Molina on the side. 2 key passes. 5 out of 4 dribble attempts. Wow, that's really good. 1/2 of his duels. You could see he was getting tired at the end as well, but I think he soldiered through really well. Very happy with Perisic's performance. Iladini 6.9, not too bad. As we said, decent performance, nothing special. 1 out of 1 dribble attempts. 100% dribbling rate. The white Pogba, as we call him. Bare. Look at that. It was almost like playing like a right wing back. Doubling up with Darmian on that side. 92 pass accuracy. Very good. Not much today apart from that. But yeah, I thought it was a decent performance from Barella today. Oh, it's really refreshed. Who else? Matty Doms, 6.7. Yeah, I think it was decent. I would agree with that. Nothing outstanding, but nothing bad. Solid on that side. Kept Udoji quiet mostly. Substitute D'Ambrosio, I didn't really see him too much. Vidal had a bit of an up and down moment. Like as soon as he came on, there was like a handball, then he was offside, and there was like a foul as well. But in the end, like he kind of just got the job done. He slowed the game down. Like he kept disrupting them with like complaints and little fouls and winning some headers. But I don't think it was a great impact from the substitutes. Like Correa, again, I think he should have done better on that counter-attacking opportunity. Sanchez lost one, like, as he does. Like he lost a really like dangerous ball on the edge of our box, as he does a lot of times, which almost punished us. And Handanovic, 6.9. I would agree. Like I'll give him a 6.5. He had one, I think, was it one save? How many saves do you have to make? 3 saves, 1 point. Yeah, not too heavily involved, but there was a few shots from distance that he needed to save. So yeah, overall, not too bad. Scared about Coppa Italia final without Barella. Yeah, Mattia. Let's see. Actually, let me have a look. Is there any interviews come out of any of the players or Inzaghi about Barella? Let's have a look. I'm gonna share with you my screen and show you my Twitter. Per Barella sembra solo una forte contusione. I medici hanno abbastanza tranquillizzato. Yeah, so it only so it only looks like a bruise or like a impact injury. So it shouldn't be too serious. The Barella, as I said, he walked off the pitch, and it didn't seem like it was like he tweaked a muscle or something. It just looked because he was pointing to his knee. So it looks like maybe something hit, like someone hit him really hard on the knee or something. So yeah, not too bad. Inzaghi said we talked as a team. We needed to play an important match today. Udinese have been good. You can't give up. There are 9 points available. Everything is possible. Exactly, Inzaghi. Exactly. What else is he saying? The boys put in, running, determination, intensity. 2 close matches. We were afraid of this race, but we were afraid of this game. There's Google Translate. But we were good at winning them. Now we have 3 games left plus the final. Yep. Basically 4 finals left. Playing before or after Milan? No, it doesn't affect us. Yeah, and unlike Pioli, he's not crying about that. It doesn't matter. I was focused on Udinese, not this. Very important Friday against Empoli. 100% Inzaghi. Here he talks about after Pussetto's goal, we lowered ourselves a bit. We didn't risk anything. We are on May 1st, 50 games. The team plays well. They want to win. We played 7 games in 22 days, but we are fine and we want to believe until the end. Yeah, we know the scheduling has been crazy for these guys this season, man. Darmian just doing some very just basic answers, nothing there to look into. Lautaro, we're happy. Milan, we're only thinking about ourselves. We're behind. We need to win. I hope they lose points. After Bologna, più squadra, più gruppo. So more team, more groups. So clearly they've had a talk as a team after the Bologna game, which is good to see. So we'll see what happens. But Barella shouldn't be anything serious, as Inzaghi just confirmed there. Luckily, so fingers crossed it isn't too serious. But the thing is, Matteo, I've made that joke about Raspadori, or I made that joke about Romagnoli, who potentially was going to Lazio. But Raspadori there's no confirmation. There's not even any negotiations for Raspadori going on. But that would be amazing if Raspadori does that favor for us. Julian isn't so hyped about the Sassuolo boys. I'm not too hyped about them, but it is Matty Doms needs a fresh trim. No, he's got his beautiful locks. He doesn't need, I don't think he needs a trim. We've talked about Sanchez, since he's come at Inter. Like, he's a high risk player. Like, he always tries to swivel on the ball. Arsenal fans will tell you about the times that, you know, this guy was frustrating them, like swiveling on the ball, turning like a Beyblade on the ball. Sometimes it comes off, he beats the player, we start a counter attack, and sometimes, yeah, very dangerous attacks happen for the other team. Why are we so bad at counter attacks and transition? Yeah, that's what we've been saying with this team. It's like, you know, we just don't have that juice. We don't have those legs on the counter attack. It's like you do a long ball to Dzeko, and he's like, you know, what's gonna happen? Like, we just don't have the guys. But today, even like, yeah, Perisic on the counter attack. This decision making recently hasn't been very good on the counter attack. So I must admit. Yeah, there you go. Filippo also confirming. Inzaghi just said it's just a heavy bruise for Bare, which is good to see. Sassuolo are trash now. I mean, the last couple of games, yeah, they've lost, but you know, they were okay form before then. That's what they are. They're a bit of a weird team this season. They've not been as consistent as they were under the Derby last year, where they were like a bit more of a clearly defined team. This season they've been like some really high highs and some really low lows. They're just kind of like, but they have a very young team. Agume Satriano, yeah, I mean, we talk about it enough on the channel, Leo. You know, Satriano, it depends what Inzaghi wants. If they need game time, there's no point of keeping these guys if they don't get any game time. So if Inzaghi feels like he can actually give these guys some regular game time, then let's bring them back and actually have a low cost alternative to some players. Because to me, it makes sense to, if we don't have money, let's try and go for, like, you know, go for a little bit more youth, a little bit less costs. Let's not go for these high ass wages. If we can't afford them, why are you taking on all these high ass wages if we can't afford them, and then we have to sell players? Let's change, you know, the project slightly if that's what we are going for, because we're not gonna we can't keep loading the squad with high wages and then you're selling players every summer again. So yeah, for me, Agume looks a little bit more ready to me in terms of coming in as a backup with Satriano. I think he probably needs another loan, but let's see. I think it all depends on Inzaghi. Yeah, Sanchez always losing the ball is very scary. The master bottlers, Atalanta, are our only chance. Yeah, again, I said, to me, Atalanta, I don't have much hope with them. With Lukaku, we would have already won the league title, probably, yeah, 100%. But there's no point now, Keston. Like, we've going on about it this whole season now. Right? We know what this was, the downgrade we've been talking about the whole season. Like, that counter-attack with Dzeko completely ruined our counter-attack. You know, like, Lukaku would have just ate that up. But obviously, peak Lukaku. Yeah, of course we choked them, Mattia. But let's see if Milan still have 3 games, 3 finals, and will they choke at any point? Let's see. We cannot give up until the end. Percentages, 65 Milan. I would say more 70. Yeah, I would say more 70 Milan and 30% Inter. Yeah, not too far from what you're saying. Better developed youngsters than 20 million Frattesi. Yeah, I mean, that depends how good those youngsters are. But yeah, as I've been saying, you know, Frattesi, if they're asking 25, 30 million, that's already for a backup as well. He's not going to come in and start. That's too much for us right now. So yeah, let's see, man. I'm keeping the hope alive, guys. I am keeping the hope alive. I know it may sound stupid to you guys. It may sound like it's you know, a pipe dream, but that's why we're just there's 2 points. There's 2 points. Anything could happen. Anything can happen. Suning news, yeah, they've improved today. They announced that they had a very good last quarter in their business in China worldwide, which is good news, but it doesn't really affect Inter too much because they still haven't showed that they're able to inject that cash into Inter once again. So it's good for Suning, but I don't think it makes much difference for Inter right now. It's good that they're not in a desperate situation, because last season they even looked like, you know, these guys will have to like sell everything back home as well. But they seem a bit more stable as a company now, but I don't think it really affects Inter too much at the moment positively, unfortunately. Oh man, yeah, Brady, we have so many things to address. We've got, you know, 5-6 players leaving in the summer, like Vecino's contract, Kolarov's out, Vidal and Sanchez are probably out. There's a lot of they're talking about Ranocchia is not going to be extended. There's a lot of outgoings, but then how we can actually replace all of these players and try to improve the squad is going to be a very interesting summer, but I think a very difficult summer. Eduardo, as always with my videos, still 50-50 about the Scudetto, so he's going a little bit more positive as the video ends. We still have a shot at the treble. Yeah, let's not forget, we do still have a shot at the treble. It's definitely not a clear shot anymore. Our gun sight is not as clear. The aim isn't quite as clear anymore, but it's still within our sights there. So it's not completely out of the picture. Oh, bro, no, I'm not doing that. I'm never doing that. I'm not getting a Giovanni Simeone. But yeah, if he does it, it might have to. And there's Ella's Verona shares this season are kind of wavy. I'm not gonna lie. The green one is nice, the away one, and the yellow and blue ones are quite nice actually. But if it's Anthony, if it's Caprari or Barak, then I'm definitely Faraoni. If it was one of those guys, 100%. I'm not buying. I'm not buying a Joe Simeone shirt under any duress, under any gunpoint. No. I don't believe the 100 million, because he keeps changing like these newspapers. One day is like we're linked to Haller and like Lukaku and Dybala together. Next day was 100 million. But as I said, I think the 50 to 60 net active, and it's not capital gains, it's positive net income from the transfer market, not capital gains. So we'll have to see. But I don't think, as I said, it's not going to be as bad as last summer. But something is going to have to give. As I keep saying to you guys, something's going to have to give. And, it's not going to change from week to week. I know people are asking like, oh, do you think, what's this good news about Suning, or has anything changed? This is the harsh reality of Inter for like the next probably however long Suning are in charge of Inter, unfortunately, guys. And as I keep saying to you on every stream, I'm not saying this to be negative, and I'm not saying this to be a Debbie Downer, but it's just the truth I am seeing at the moment. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Inter 2, Udinese 1, 3 points. We're still there, second position. At least we haven't completely given up on it. The title hope for me remains alive. I think it will go right down until the end of the season. I think until the last game of the season. And yeah, I just ask you guys to just not give up on the team completely. We still have the Coppa Italia to play for. Let's not discount that as like a trash trophy, because we haven't won that for a decade. Still a good trophy to get under our belt. We have the Supercoppa in our hands. We're still, pushing for this Scudetto right until the end. So don't completely give up on these guys yet. We're not playing against, Pep Guardiola's Man City. We're not playing against Barcelona, Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, or Klopp, or this is not some peak football team. This is AC Milan, a team that we beat 3-0 just a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, keep the faith, see who our opponent is, and you never know what can happen in football. And yeah, as always, guys, shouts out to Yasin Advertising, the guy who designed my thumbnails. I keep saying, my thumbnails are looking much more better and much professional, as I think you guys would agree. Thank you for everyone that's commented, and make sure you're leaving a thumbs up. There's 53 people here, so I want to see at least 50 thumbs up before you guys leave. Ciao ragazzi, I'll see you for the Empoli preview, and as always, Forza Inter. Ciao.